Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pan Edutainment. How are you doing today? Nizera ko muri amahoro nanone turagarutse turi kwigira indi somo ryiza uyu munsi, a very good lesson to help you keep improving in English. I intend to help you grow. I intend to help you learn a lot of things, a lot of vocabulary that you have to use in your real life conversations. Remember, your language doesn't have to stay static. It has to be dynamic, having changes. Ntabwo ugomba guhora uri hamwe, nta mpinduka ugira mu mivugire yawe, ahubwo there should be dynamics, there should be changes. Ugomba guhindura. Niba uyu munsi wakoresheje iyi vocabulaire ejo ugakoresha indi, that helps you a lot. Today we are going to dive in expressions related to the verb run. Expressions with run. Run, actually, which is the activity of moving very fast, has a lot of other meanings, has a lot of other expressions that you need to know. Run ni nshinga ifite ubundi buryo bwinshi ikoreshwamo mu Cyongereza, bikaba ari nabyo tugiye kurebaho uyu munsi. What if I say I run my own business? I run a business. Do you know what that means? Iyo umuntu avuze ngo I run a business, uzi icyo abavuze? Abavuze ngo ngira business cyangwa se mfite, I own a business, I own a company, mfite company yanjye bwite, I run a company. Do you get that? Ntabwo buri gihe umuntu ko azabavuze run abavuze kwiruka. You may think of that as a random person who once learned that running is kwiruka, but this time run a business means owning a business or being in charge of business. Kuba ushinzwe business runaka cyangwa se ushinzwe kuyobora ikigo runaka, we say you run that company. Great, I think you captured that. The second is run out of something. Run out of. For example, I can say I went shopping yesterday, but I ran out of money instantly. To run out of something, bivuze ngo icyo kintu kiragushiranye, urashiriwe. I ran out of money, I ran out of time, igihe kiranshiranye. Urumva, run out of something bivuze ngo kiragushiranye, ntabwo ari ukwirukanka. In this context, if I say I went shopping but I ran out of money instantly, you get that? Bivuze ngo nagiye guhaha, I went shopping ariko amafaranga yahise anshirana. You can run out of money, run out of time. Ushobora gushirirwa n'amafaranga cyangwa se amafaranga ashobora gushirana cyangwa igihe cyangwa ikindi kintu cyose. I ran out of hope. Icyizere cyarashize, cyarakamye. Run out of. I think you get that now in this context. It's not running as the activity, physical activity that we do, moving very fast. It's running of other contexts. Run into someone. You can run into someone. Running into someone, it's meeting someone unexpectedly. Iyo uhuye n'umuntu bitunguranye, you say, oh, you know what, I ran into your brother this day. Nahuye na murumuna wawe uyu munsi. I ran into your sister this day. Twahuye bitunguranye. You didn't plan for that. You just ran into that person. You were moving and you ran. You meet them unexpectedly. I think you get that. I ran into my ex-fiancé this morning. Uyu munsi nahuye n'uwo twahoze dukundana bitunguranye. You get that, unexpectedly. This is the main thing. Running into someone means meeting that person unexpectedly. The next thing is run for office. Run for office. This is something you hear many times in politics. You hear people saying, the president is running again this term. Running is like competing for a position. Guhatanira cyangwa se gupiganira umwanya cyangwa se icyo twakita kwiyamamariza umwanya runaka muri politike. Mubona nk'abayobozi bavuga ngo uyu munsi umuyobozi ari kwiyamamaza. This time the president is running again. After his term, he decided to run for office again. Nyuma ya manda ye, this term nyuma ya manda ye. Manda nyine ni cya gihe aba yaratorewe kuyobora cyangwa se yarayoboye, niba yarayoboye imyaka 5 tuvuge ikarangira akavuga ngo ndongera niyamamaze. So he decided to run for office again. Run for office nukongera kwiyamamariza kuyobora. So after his term he decided to run for office again. So you get that run can have a lot of other meanings. You need to know that, especially this thing. It is something used in politics. Maybe you are a politician, ushobora kuba umunyapolitike ariko utazi ngo harya kwiyamamaza cyangwa se gupiganira umwanya ni ngwiki. It's to run for office or to run for a position, right? I think you get that. Let's now run on time also in this lesson. Run on time. Run on time means going according to the schedule or to follow a schedule. Gukurikiza ingengabihe cyangwa se kugendera ku gihe. Run on time no kuvuga ngo ukora ikintu cyose mu mwanya wacyo, uvuga ngo nindangiza gukora ibi ndahita nkora ibi, ufite ukuntu ibintu bipanze. So that means running on time. So we can have an example like this one. Buses run on time in this city. Hano muri uyu mujyi rwose bisi ziri punctuel cyangwa se zikorera ku gihe. Bisi buri minota 30 ibigiye. So we say buses run on time in this city. You get that? Do you run on time? Mbese nawe ukorera ku gihe. Run on time. It's to follow the schedule. We are heading to the last, but not the last actually, because we have many more expressions with run, but this is the last in this section or in this course. We have this in this lesson where we talk of run on empty. Run on empty. Run on empty. Let's read this sentence together and you try to figure out, why do you keep running on empty? You need to have some rest. Why do you keep running on empty? You need to have some rest. Uratekereza ko run on empty isobanura iki? Kurikije interuro. Why do you keep running on empty? You need to have some rest. Running on empty bivuga gukomeza gukora cyane kandi unaniwe. You are very exhausted, you are very tired, but you keep working. Urananiwe cyangwa se urarwaye urarembye ariko uravuze uti I will still have to work. That time you are running on empty. Bivuze ngo mu byukuri ntacyo uriho. You are exhausted but you keep working. So why do you keep working? Why do you keep running on empty? You need to have some rest. If you are tired, you need to have some rest. So to run on time in this course, in this lesson, let's end by here. And I thank you very much for having followed us. I thank you very much for subscribing. And I thank you very much for sharing this lesson with many other people out there who need to learn and grow in English. Ndabashimiye cyane, ndizera ko bikomeje kubafasha, mukomeze kubisangiza n'abandi. Keep following us. This is Edutainment. I am Teacher Gervais. See you next time.